We are going to take two functions, and we have to give them a name. I'm going to name them, in this case, f of x and g of x, and we're going to start with very simple functions. And we're going to learn some new notation for very simple operations with them. If I say f plus g of x, which is a notation that you've probably never seen before, I am asking you very simply to add those two functions together, which we did last chapter. We were adding polynomials last chapter. And so you would add those two polynomials together, combining the like terms as we worked on yesterday on our test. And if you add those together, 2 and 6 makes 8x. Negative 7 plus 3 makes negative 4. Then logically we would move to f minus g of x. That means you're going to subtract the functions. So we're going to subtract our like terms. 2 minus 6 is negative 4x, and negative 7 minus 3 is negative 10. This is just a different notation than you're used to. Where are we going to go from here, you think? Multiplication. F times g of x means we are going to multiply the two functions together, which, as you know, as you had to do on your test yesterday, is a distributive problem. 2x minus 7 times 6x plus 3. Distribute 12x squared plus 6x minus 42x minus 21. Combine your terms in the middle, like so. I should be showing you nothing that you don't already know how to do. The only thing new is the notation at the beginning. Division is the easiest because we're not actually doing the division. We're just going to set it up as a fraction. 2x minus 7 divided by 6x plus 3. And we leave it like that. We don't actually have to do any creepy, scary division. Okay, so those are the operations, the simple operations on functions that you have to be aware of to start this chapter. Okay, your turn. I want you to do what I just did with these two functions. Here are the answers to the previous one again. All right, now, fog of x. This is different. I don't think you've ever had fog of x before. And it's not an O in the middle. It's a hollow circle. It's actually smaller than what I have it written there. It's more like a degree sign. It does not mean multiplication. It's referring to the composition of two or more functions. We are basically going to merge two functions into one. And that's what that little circle means. Okay, we're merging. And the way we do it is we go right to left, which is not the way you read. You read left to right. That's a tip that might come in handy. Okay, in your English class. We're going to go right to left. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the g function and we are going to take the whole function and we are going to wedge it into the f function in this case where the variable is. All right? So my whole orange circle, the whole thing, is going right there into that orange circle. You go from right to left. This function gets wedged into here. We are merging the two. So instead of writing negative 2x plus 4, I write negative 2 orange circle plus 4. Negative 2, 4x plus 8 plus 4. And now I simplify. And I have now combined those two functions into one. Distribute the negative 2. Negative 8x minus 16 plus 4. And simplify. The negative 16 plus 4 is negative 12. So the correct answer is negative 8x minus 12. All right, so here I've got b of x equals negative 6x plus 9. P of x equals x plus 12. And I want to find BOP of x. So we're going to start on the right. And we're going to take the entire p function and merge it into the b function. So the whole p function goes in to the variable of the b. So negative 6, x plus 12, plus 9. P goes into b. Distribute the negative 6. You get negative 6x minus 72 plus 9. Combine your like terms. Negative 6x minus 63. All right. Now I want you, actually we have to do this one together. It's a little more exciting. We're going to find Huggo of x. So we're going to we're going to go from right to left. So the first thing we're going to do is put the h into the g. So we're going to take the entire h function and we're going to place it in for the x into the g function. Okay, we're not panicking. No hyperventilating. Okay, we're going to take the h function, which is right here, 4x minus 3, and it's going right here, where the x is. Now, not for the whole x squared, just for the x. So that's going to look like this. Okay, we're just taking this one piece at a time. Right now, we're just doing the pink highlighted area. We're just doing go of x right now. We'll get to that later. All right. So we're going to have to FOIL that. 4x minus 3 squared is 4x minus 3 times 4x minus 3. You don't just square both of them. You've never been taught that. You always just make that up. So we have 4x minus 3 times 4x minus 3. Don't forget that minus 5. And so the pink highlighted area is equal to 16x squared minus 24x plus 4. All I did was FOILed 4x minus 3 or distributed it. The blue area is the same all the way down. I've color-coded it for you. And then I had to bring that minus 5 down at the end because we don't want to forget about that. And so the pink highlighted areas are the same. Go of x equals 16x squared minus 24x plus 4. That has to go now into what? H. I want you to do that. See if you can put the orange circle into H. Okay, so if I plug that into H, I get 4 orange circle minus 3. So instead of writing 4x minus 3, I write 4 pink highlighted area minus 3. Distribute my 4. Combine my constants. So my answer should be 64x squared minus 96x plus 13. Now we're going to progress here and we're going to add a number, which it actually makes it a little bit easier, I think. We're going to find fog of negative 2. What we've been doing is we've been finding fog of x. And we're going to now find fog of a number. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to start with the number. We're still going right to left, which again is the opposite of the way you read. We're going to start with the negative 2, and we're going to put the negative 2 in for g, into g. If I put negative 2 into the g function, what do I get as an answer? Negative 1. And then I'm going to put the negative 1 into f. And when I put negative 1 into f, negative 7 times negative 1 is 7 plus 2.
9.
Very good. I get an answer of 9. And I could make that a real long composition. Instead of just fog, it could be gaga fog. And you just put that number in and you just keep going left. Okay? And eventually you'll run up to the end. Okay, you try one. There you go. Find gaga hog of 2. So, step 1, negative 6. Okay. Step 2, negative 12. So now we're going to put negative 12 into G, and that is 64. And 64 goes into G again for negative 316.
I did it right. I just